Welcome to The Stylish Maker. My name's Carol. I'm really excited today to have a truly special guest, Eileen Yang, the incredibly talented artist behind Mini-crochet New Zealand. Eileen creates the most intricate, delicate crochet jewellery you have ever seen, working on a scale that seems almost impossible. Her pieces are beautifully crafted, wearable works of art, and I can't wait for you to see them. I first met Eileen at Armageddon Expo, New Zealand's version to Comic-Con, and I was absolutely blown away by her work. The level of detail, the precision, and the creativity in her tiny crochet pieces completely captivated me, and I knew right then that you would love her work too. So today I'm incredibly lucky to have her here with me. We're going to chat about how she got started, explore some of her stunning pieces, dive into her techniques, and even talk about how you can own one of these tiny treasures yourself. Welcome, Eileen.
Hi, Carol. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's my great pleasure to be here. Yeah, talking about mini crochet. Yes, and
It's lovely
actually,
to have you.
thank you. Yeah, I've been doing like a crochet for over 6 years, but at the beginning, I not started with like a tiny one. Started with normal.
I was going to ask you that actually because, I look at your work and it's so tiny and I think, how on earth did you ever do? I mean, I crochet, but in the big scale, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, if you just start your crochet, if you just try the tiny thing, it might be very frustrated, at the beginning, because it's really hard to see the tiny stitches. Even though I've started with like a normal crochet, the first time when I just tried the tiny one, it was still a bit hard for me to see it quite well.
Yeah, I've been playing with it on a little bit bigger scale and I'm finding it quite challenging. I don't know that I could go that small. So how did you learn to crochet?
Crochet, I bought a crochet kit, and there like all kinds of stuff you need to crochet. And but when I had some issues about the techniques or stitches, I asked my auntie.
Oh, that's really cool. It's lovely to have someone like that in your life.
Yeah.
My grandmother actually taught me to crochet, but she was left-handed, so she taught me to crochet left-handed.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't until a long time later that my mum said to me, "Why are you making that look so hard?" And she showed me how to do it with my right hand, and it was all a different story again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So how
always
did you?
good to have
Yeah,
someone to show you in person. Yeah.
absolutely. How did you first discover mini crochet?
First time I saw the tiny thing actually was a work made by my cousin. She is way more experienced than me in terms of crocheting. I remember she made a brooch. First time I saw that, wow, how cute and how exquisite.
I've seen your work and it's pretty exquisite. I can't imagine anyone more experienced or more able than you. You're amazing. So what was the first miniature piece that you did?
The first one is a kind of very normal flower, simple flower. I think I have a quite similar one here. It's like this
Oh,
pattern,
it's
very
tiny.
simple pattern. Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. And so after you'd done your first one, you were inspired to continue.
Yes, and I bought like a series of books, micro crochet books written by a Japanese micro crochet master. So she had included like a lot of techniques about how to do tiny crochet, like crochet plants, or you can do crochet kind of accessories. Yeah. So
I've seen some of your plants. I had a look on your website, and that plant that you have for sale is just, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I
thank
can't
you.
believe that you do that. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I also watched your little video of you putting together your plants as well. It's really amazing.
The ideas I found in a book, like the Lily of the Valley.
So you've got one of those books with you.
Yes, this is one of the books you can see the plants. Yeah, this is
Oh,
how the
wow.
master showed us or teach us how to do the crochet, micro crochet plants. See the
Very, very
lily
cool.
of the valley. You can see this one in one of my videos, the reels.
So what size crochet hook and thread do you use to get such tiny pieces?
compared to like a normal crochet, the hook size I started with is like a 2.0 millimeter. Yeah. So might be quite smaller to some people. They started with like a 4 or 5. But the micro crochet we do, yeah, even way more smaller than that one. So I'm not sure if
So what size is that one?
this one is 0.5 millimeter. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's really tiny.
Mm.
0.5 millimeter. Wow. That
Yeah.
is really tiny. And what about thread?
Thread, like this one is a size 80. Yeah, size 80, just like a sewing thread, even maybe
Right.
yeah,
Is it a crochet cotton?
cotton lace thread. Yeah, stronger than a
Right.
normal
Okay.
cotton thread.
Yeah, because I've just started playing with some DMC crochet. No, it wasn't a crochet thread. It was, what
DMC
am I
thread.
talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah,
We use
embroidery
that
thread.
one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I started playing with that, but I went with the thicker one just to kind of
Practice. Yeah.
yeah, because I also you have very young eyes, and I don't have very young eyes.
When I do crochet, I just take my glasses off. Yeah, I'm short-sighted.
Oh, well, that's an advantage. I think I need a magnifying glass.
Oh.
So, how small are your tiniest pieces?
Probably the like a small leaves.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, this one.
And
This
you're
is a
holding it in the tweezers.
yes, because if I hold with my fingers, can't really. Yeah.
It disappears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
gosh,
this one
that's just
probably.
incredible.
Maybe the eyes I made for a toy might be the tiniest one, because this one is about like 1 centimeter, yeah, long. This one, but the eyes probably 0. Or like a 3 millimeter size, I guess.
I've got a picture here,
Key.
tiny monkey that you made, and he is just so cute.
Yes, the
and
nose you see and the eyes actually way more
yeah,
smaller than the leaves I just showed you guys. Yeah.
and the name too. Did you embroider the name on top?
I can't really call that embroidery, but just so you know, I'm not good at embroidery. Sorry.
And these are just beautiful. I absolutely love these.
Thank you.
The ombre effect of those earrings, where they're darker on the bottom and
The
lighter on the
light,
top, is
yeah.
just fabulous. I also fell in love with the sunflower. This is the
Sakura is
one.
always a popular one, you know.
Yeah, this is the one that actually brought me into your stall when I
Oh,
saw you at Armageddon, because I thought those sunflowers were just amazing.
thank you.
So, have you experimented with mixing crochet and metalwork, something like maybe a wire wrap frame or something like that, or do you just include the metal that you need to make up the components?
Most of the metals that I use is like more about jewelry parts, like the pins or the open rings, small rings, those ones.
Yeah.
And for my plants, I use a bit more like wires, like this one. This is
Right.
like a 0.25 millimeter thick. Yeah. So I
So very
use,
fine.
yeah, I use when I do like the leaves or flowers, so that I can put them all together when finished to make a plant or brooch like this.
So I see that you use in your bracelets, you use some head pins and you use some chain and some jump rings to connect it all together. So just like normal jewelry, just using your crochet component. What advice would you give to someone who was wanting to start out with micro crochet?
It depends. Like if you have like a crochet experience, maybe you can try smaller. Let's see, if you often do 4 millimeter size hook, probably you try 2 millimeter first and then 1 and then 0.5, like my tiniest one. But if you never tried, probably still start with a normal one. Should be better. Yeah.
Yeah, I did some crochet last year. I actually should have worn my crochet. I made a granny square cardigan and I should have worn it today. I didn't think about that. But yeah, it was quite chunky. And the thought of going way down there is quite intimidating, actually. So that's kind of a concern, I guess, is the intimidation of going that small. Do you think that that's an issue, or do you just, go in incremental steps kind of thing?
So The first time when you just started like do the tiny crochet, it's quite hard. But if you keep practice, if you make mistake, you just undo it and try it again. But there's one thing you must like crochet. Otherwise, it's really hard to continue. Yeah.
And you're really fast at it too. You showed me
How to do the tiny flowers.
yeah, and I was just blown away by how fast you said it takes you only a few minutes to make one of
Yes,
those
like
flowers.
these ones about 5 minutes around. I can finish one like this. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just incredible. I imagine you weren't that fast when you started though.
No.
So what inspired you to take your love of mini crochet and all these beautiful things you were creating into a business?
At the beginning, I didn't really think about I could to take it into a business, but I also went to different markets and I saw that I didn't see any people sell this tiny kind of crochet jewelry in Auckland, and I by that time I got lots of tiny pieces at home. So I think maybe I could try and see if people like my work or not. So that's a
Yeah.
first start.
And I've never seen anything like that in Wellington either. So when you come here, and I know you are coming here soon, you will be one of a kind. So that's great. So you do commission pieces as well as your standard market things?
Commission is just a very small part of my business. It really takes times and your effort to do that. And yeah, I prefer work the kind of patterns I'm very familiar with because every time when I do customer, I need to tweak the patterns several times. I have to test several times. But I don't really
Yeah.
make more money than the mini ones, the simple patterns we often do.
I absolutely understand that. I know exactly what you're talking about. The first time you make something, it always takes much longer and you need to test and all of that. So do your customers, do you think, understand the time and skill that goes into your work? Because we talk about this a lot in my membership, is pricing your creations. Often I go to markets and I see people selling earrings, a pair of earrings for $5. And I think there's no way that they can have taken into account their time and the materials at that price. And it almost prices everyone else out of the market. So do you think your customers understand the skill and the time that it takes?
I think for us, most of the customers, they understand the time or the skills we spent in our mini crochet, particularly those customers, if they have like a family members or friends, they do crochet or did crochet. So they know how much time or effort they need to do that. So most of them, yeah.
How long does it take you to design a new piece?
Depends on the pattern is designed by ourselves or the existing patterns. For example, like existing patterns, very simple pair, maybe half an hour, we can finish from scratch and to finish. But if it's like a bit complicated, like the wisteria, the purple one, you just showed the purple earrings, takes a bit longer, like around 1.5 hours. Yeah, so totally depends.
I always find the challenge is in deciding what to make as opposed to the actual making of it. For me, it's the getting out the beads and playing with all the different colors and the sizes and the shapes and things. Do you have that issue as well?
Yes. You see, I got like a different colors of the beads and shapes and also the pearls. So it's sometimes a bit hard.
So what's the most unusual piece you've ever made?
Probably if for like a custom order, probably the monkey. That one was a copy from a 1980s toy. So I only got the photo and the blurred photo. It's not very clear. But the customer, she's very good at drawing. So she draw kind of a picture and added lots of illustrations. So that helps a lot. And that's a gift for her sister.
Yeah, that is such a cool idea.
Yeah.
My brother had a teddy bear, and it had no fur left on its front because it was loved so much. And giving something like that is such a very cool personal idea. So where can people find your work?
They can find us online, like social media and Instagram, Facebook. They can just search Mini Crochet NZ, or they can find on our website, minicrochet.co.nz.
And I will leave that linked in the description box if anyone would like to come and have a look at your work. And I highly recommend that you do. So what other services do you offer? Anything else or just the jewelry?
Currently jewelry, and maybe we want to do a bit more like accessories in the future. I do workshops occasionally, like once a month for complete
In person.
beginners. In
Yeah.
person. I prefer in
Yeah.
person because for some people, they don't have any crochet experience. It's better to have like an in-person class. Yeah.
Totally get that. I also know that just recently I have seen this new trend of having bag charms. Have you seen that? Where people put little charms on their handbags? And
Oh,
I was thinking that your crochet would be amazing for that type of thing. You know, little like your monkey.
uh-huh.
Imagine attaching that with a jump ring with a split ring to your handbag. That would be quite cool as well. So maybe that's something else you could think about in the
Yes.
future. Are there any pieces that you've kind of dreamed of making but you haven't made yet?
Yes, definitely. There's one kind of thing particular to New Zealand. You guys know
Yeah.
kiwi.
A kiwi would be very cool. And also the kuru would be really cool as well.
We are thinking about to design more like a local elements because people come to New Zealand, they want some like a New Zealand gifts. So we want to have a more local elements.
Are there any techniques outside of crochet that you would like to incorporate into your work?
Painting or coloring, that is kind of my weakness. I would want to improve. But yeah, definitely we will use a bit more in our plants or jewelry designs.
I've just been doing some experiments with fabric paint because I've been wanting to do some graphic t-shirts. So if you need some help in that area, I can help. I've got a bit of a video here of you doing your mini crochet, and I was wondering if you could talk me through some of the techniques that you're using.
Yeah, you see these ones every time when I like a yarn over, you see my middle finger here, always hold these loops on the hook so that you can better control your tension of these loops. You won't lose any stitch or any loop on your hook. And also the other hand, your left hand, the fingers hold the crochet piece you already done, the part already finished, as close as to where you are crocheting actually. But you need to leave like a space for crochet.
So you've used a magic ring there, and
Yeah,
then you've used just is it a double
chains,
crochet into
just
the
the
ring?
chains like.
Do you have a comparison of your tiny crochet, the miniature versus the normal size?
Yes, I do. I have like a two different things. I would like to show. I think for people who do crochet, they probably are very familiar with like a granny squares.
Absolutely.
This is a normal one, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, like a 4 runs. This one,
Yep.
and I got a mini one. This one, this one even got a one more round. You know,
Wow.
so how tiny this is? Just like.
I made my cardigan out of the big size.
But this
I
one I
can't
use
even
like a
imagine.
four ply yarn, but this one is like a size 80 thread. Yeah.
Right.
And then another one is a fruit. And I think New Zealanders are very familiar with. That's a figure at the early stage when they like a mature. Then maybe these ones are got more smaller, but this one just a kind of the size. And for a kind of same size, can see.
I just can't even conceive of making something that small. I am going to have a play with mini crochet, but it probably won't be to that level of tiny. So I did watch someone else's video on their mini crochet yesterday, and when she made the magic ring, she pulled it really tight on her finger, and she actually kept it really tight. Is that really tight tension? Is that essential for your mini crochet? Because I notice you don't do that.
For most of our like mini flowers or kind of fruit, we started with some magical ring, and I think different people they have a different kind of way to start, and I prefer not that tight to make the magical ring slightly bigger at the beginning, and then work around the magical ring, then close.
Because I always find if I make it too tight, I can't get it off my finger.
Yes, that's true. That's a problem.
Can you show me how you do a magic ring?
Yes, of course. And I can show you like how I do magical ring with a yarn. Can see better.
Absolutely. A much easier time seeing it with the yarn.
Yes, yes. This is a 4-ply yarn, so I use a 2.0 millimeter hook. Yeah. I often start magical ring yarn over around my finger, like a 3 rounds, and not very tight. You see, I can easily
Yeah.
get it off, and then work here. So normally people they do 5 or 6 single crochet around the magical ring and then close it. So it depends on what pattern you are making. Yeah. So for
You're so
example, this one,
fast.
I made like a 5. So
Okay.
yes, might be easier to see this one.
Yep.
And then I'll just close the magic ring, gently pull this one, and when you see the one of the string like getting shorter, you just pull this one and close the other string at the and then pull this one. So
I was going to ask you about that because I always have issues pulling my magic ring, to get it closed. So I always end up pulling it to see
the
which one's
wrong one,
tight, and
right?
then
So you
yeah, and then
pulling
pull
this
it.
one, you pull the tail first,
Yeah,
gently pull and see which one, the other two, there are 2 loops there, right? If you do like, see which one is getting shorter, then pull that one, close that one first, and then just pull the tail. You can close all the loops.
I always find it gets stuck, and I actually have had, when I was playing with thread the other day, trying to be really small, I actually have had issues with it breaking at that magic rings, when you pull the magic ring up. Do you ever have that issue, or is it just a
You mean
wrong,
the ring just open like just a
the
close?
tail
Oh,
breaking?
yes. So you have to leave your tail a bit long. Yeah, when you do the magical rain. So when you work around the magical rain, the tail, even though it's getting shorter, you still got tail length down there. So yeah, leave it a bit long. Yeah.
So what's next for you, Eileen? What are you working on?
One I showed you before, a pair of earrings. So that one would be one of our new design. And also we have some new necklaces coming soon. But I would like to show you guys first. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a
Fijoa. Very cute. Very cute.
because we
indeed.
got like a tree in our garden, a visual tree in our garden. So I just take a photo and then get back to home and design the shape and the leaves. And yeah, made one pair. This is the one. And the necklace is just simple patterns, flowers, these ones.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So you see these flowers are actually the very first flowers I made, these ones. So just how
Yeah.
you put them together, make different designs. Yeah.
Absolutely. And in jewelry making, we find that too. You can use the same beads, but put them together in a different way and it creates something
Yeah.
completely different. I know my viewers are going to love this, Eileen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen, for joining us today and sharing your amazing work. Your work is truly breathtaking, and I love seeing the level of detail and precision that goes into every tiny piece.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for everyone who is watching the videos.
If you'd like to see more of Eileen's work or even get your hands on one of her beautiful crochet jewelry pieces, be sure to check out her shop at Mini-crochet NZ. Right now, she only ships within New Zealand and Australia, but if you're interested in purchasing from elsewhere in the world, definitely reach out to her. I'll leave all her details in the description box below so you can explore her incredible creations. And speaking of mini crochet, I have been so inspired by this that I'm going to give it a try myself. Not quite at Eileen's level, but I'll see what I can do. Let me know in the comments, would you like to see a tutorial on making small crochet pieces? Thank you so much for watching today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.